I found out today from a great Exjw video that the cult uses at least 32 psychological weapons against us and denies its members the treatments for them. So that's what we've been subjected to. I know that worldviews differ greatly once people wake up to the indoctrination, and because they are naturally antagonistic, we're not really aiming to be a united group now. But we do share a common experience, and it can be hard to unpack the years of emotional baggage we accumulated, along with the full-on assault of leaving the cult and being shunned by our whole community. We've all found different ways of coping and healing, but one that always helped me was music. Years ago, I recorded some of my own music. I managed to dig up the other day, and I thought eventually I'd like to do a full video on my musical journey out of the cult, as it did play a big role in my waking up process. That's going to be quite a big project, so I thought I would start small and release the songs one by one with a little commentary before to kind of explain what was going on in my life at that point and what the music means to me. You know, I was speaking to someone the other day explaining how I'd woken up to being in a cult, and he asked, how did you survive the teenage years as a JW? That's the time you question everything. I mean, it's a good question, isn't it? But as born-in cult members, we know there were many reasons, and perhaps the biggest one, we were programmed not to question. But for me, when I was about 14, another reason was that the internet was becoming more widespread, and it was still actually modems back then. But I was exposed to porn at school, and eventually curiosity got the better of me, and it developed into a full-blown addiction. So I'd got baptized, I think it was earlier in that year. So now, of course, the feelings of self-condemnation went into overdrive. I think deep down I probably gave up on myself and any real prospects of being good enough to make it. So I guess trying to replace the habit, I got obsessed with music, and I started quite late really for a musician, around 15, but I decided to self-teach myself the electric guitar. I also joined a JW band, but they only had place for a bass player. It's amazing, isn't it? Everyone always wants lead guitar, don't they? If Dave ever sees this, there's no hard feelings, by the way. I enjoyed playing bass, but of course, natural narcissist that the cult breeds, I convinced myself that I would be a great songwriter, hopelessly ignorant of the amount of work that goes into composition and vocal training, but here goes anyway. This first song was called Now and Then, and it was kind of my hitting rock bottom, as addicts often say. I admit I am a bit of a hypochondriac, but one night, probably after too much alcohol, heavy metal and porn, I actually thought I was going to die. I couldn't catch my breath and I was in a real panic. But this night inspired quite a dark song, but also a reminder to fight back and search for a reason to conquer the darkness that had overtaken me. It also addresses the paradox of that inner voice of addiction that tells you to keep doing it again and again. And also the progressive damage to the soul. One of the lyrics is like a stone in the sand getting worn down. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you are suffering from addiction currently, perhaps it's just a reminder to try and not return to that time in your life by exposing it as a false friend, and to keep searching for that light at the end of the tunnel. Also, feel free to drop any comments, perhaps if you were in a JW band or you like writing music. I'd love to hear about it. Anyway, here goes.
Separate now and then, in the end it's just time. Time can go back. I hear you whisper in my ear, just a that. No, you can't turn back. Someday you'll find a reason. Someday you'll find separate now and then. In the end, it's just time. Time can go back. I always thought you'd understand. I was stoned in the sand, get quite worn down. Someday you'll find the reason. Someday you'll find the